Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us here at Banknote Trading, where we take a look at the US dollar pairs in the Forex market. Today, we'll start by taking a look at Euro USD on the 4-hour chart. We'll map out the current range. And as I've been saying, price has been consolidating up in this area of premium after this bear swing structure. But of course, this area of resistance we've been noting out and this area of support as this consolidated all month. Now it is time in September to possibly break out of this consolidation. As you see, structures breaking to the upside, starting to target this lower high. Looks like this may turn bullish, at least on the 4-hour chart, as prices continue to push out of these areas of demand. But really is the area of let's say the area this was the area of supply that was holding up as the resistance for this consolidation. Now as prices pushed up, start taking out these highs, not retracing too much, this becomes an area of demand, at least on a micro level, pushing prices out of it. So I'm expecting to see this go ahead. So for this to go ahead, prices to target the lower high of this overall range, as long as we continue to wait for any type of dollar news, CPI coming up, and possibly rate cuts next week with FOMC. So expecting a bullish pressure to keep pushing prices up. If it does break out of this area, we're looking to buy any opportunity after it retraces and takes out this lower high. GBP USD. Let's go ahead and map out the current range, and this has gone back up and tested this lower high. Of course, bearish swing structure previously came back up in the premium, tested this lower high, seller step back in, then started consolidating sideways. You can look at this another way. This was just a liquidity sweep of these lows, and buyers step back up. And then overnight, we see that the change, that the break of structure happened. Structure broke to the upside and start to tap into this lower high. It's going to make this turn bullish. Once it takes this out, just like with the Euro USD. Right now, price is just reacting from it, but it can come down and to hold this area up of demand that caused this break. Then I'll be looking to any type of opportunity to buy once it does retrace back after it breaks out and momentum builds and pushes prices higher. And this is all happening because of DXY. We take a look at how this has just been consolidating. Overall, this chart was bullish on the 4-hour chart. Of course, it retraced back down into discount and just been consolidating sideways, and now starting to break down this area of support, this area of resistance, consolidating in between. And now it looks like we're starting to break structure to the downside, taking out some of these lows. This does continue. I would expect it to take out the lows previously and target the lows of the overall range, continue its bearish push down. AUD USD. Let's go map out the current range. This was the range we were dealing with yesterday or last week, and of course it broke out now, at least on the micro level. Overall, we've been saying AUD USD has just been trading sideways in this range, this being support and resistance at the top. It's at resistance now, hasn't taken out this high yet, but I was saying yesterday that if this bullish push continues, it is an internal bullish push because of where we've been consolidating. Buyers consolidate, made a higher low, higher high, higher low. Now this higher high. If it can go ahead and break out past this high, I'll be looking for any type of buying opportunity once it does retrace back and continue to push out of these areas of demand on its way up. Looks like this was the latest push to sell before the buy. As long as these hold up and it doesn't come back, well, it can come back and sweep some of this liquidity sitting on these lows. But if these demand areas hold up, even though we're in overall in the range, it can push, the momentum can push higher to higher prices. So I'll be looking for any opportunity to buy as long as DXY continues to get weaker. NZD USD, let's go map out the current range. And of course, the swing structure was bearish overall, and then buyer step back in, started consolidating, making higher highs, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. Consolidated again, pushed out of this area of demand, and buyers continue to push and break structure to the upside. Saying yesterday, look out for this area of supply, but it looks like the buyers have pushed out past this. Like I said, all depends on how the dollar index is doing. As long as it's getting weaker, buyers are pushing this higher. We'll expect these highs to get targeted, so I'm not looking for any opportunity to buy or sell right now because overall swing structure is bearish. But once this does happen, just like with AUD, USD, looking to buy at any opportunity when it does retrace back once it breaks out of this range. GBP AUD. Let's go map out the current range. And of course, this continues its bearish push down. Still really choppy on its way down. Didn't make this higher low, so it's an opportunity to sell. Continue to push down and stopped at this area of demand. Waiting to see what happens here, but prices do continue to push down. Still in this area, but also internally, overall swing structure bearish. Internally, it's bearish because it made this lower high, lower low, and this is appearing to be the lower high if prices can push past these lows. Should continue and target the lows of the overall range. Wait for any type of momentum to pick up. Looks like this was impulsive, but this has been choppy with small candles. But overall, still just looking for prices to target the lows of the overall range. So if it gets past this area of demand, I'll be looking for any type of selling opportunity. If you missed this last one, looking for any type of selling opportunity, it's starting to break down fractally again. So actually, bearish swing structure, bearish internal structure, making lower lows, lower highs, and fractal structure starting to break down, and maybe an opportunity to buy. Also, now it's not investment advice, but still look out for this area of demand that pushed prices higher from this area previously. So still expecting it to target the lows of the overall range though. GBP NZD. Let's go map out the current range. And as we've been saying, prices have continued to push down, similar to GBP AUD. It's never really targeted, never tapped into a strong lower high. But once it did, after this momentum push out of this area of demand, seller stepped back in, started making lower highs off this high. But like we were saying yesterday, this area was just consolidation because it swept the liquidity under and above this range that it was currently in. But now looks like prices can continue to push down out of this area of consolidation, meaning the swing structure overall was bearish. Internal structure is bearish. If it takes out these lows, internal structure will be bearish. Fractal structure breaking down also bearish. So we're thinking opportunity to buy, opportunity to sell, but also this is the area of demand that push prices higher previously. Now it's going to look left to be cautious on whether or not you should take any type of trade. I'll be looking for any type of selling opportunity once it does get past this area, because there is liquidity sitting under these lows. Since it can't push past this area of demand, looking for any opportunity once it does trace back, because everything's lining up. Like I said, bearish swing structure, bearish internal structure, and fractal structure starting to break down. So looking to see if prices continue to push down and get past this area. Look for any type of opportunity to sell. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you for joining us.